Pretend you're me and you're in math class. Actually, never mind. I'm sick, so I'm staying home today, so please pretend you're Stanislav Ulam instead. What I'm about to tell you is a true story. So you're Stan Ulam and you're at a meeting, but there's this really boring presentation, so of course you're doodling. And because you're Ulam and not me, you really like numbers. I mean, super like them. So much that what you're doodling is numbers, just counting, starting with 1 and spiraling them around. I'm not too fluent in mathematical notation, so I find things like numbers to be distracting. But you're a number theorist, and if you love numbers, who am I to judge? Thing is, because you know numbers so intimately, you can see beyond the confusing squiggly lines you're drawing right into the heart of the numbers. And because you're a number theorist, and everyone knows number theorists are enamored of prime numbers, which is probably why they named them prime numbers, the primes you've doodled suddenly jump out at you like the exotic, indivisible beasts they are. So you start drawing a heart around each prime. I mean, it was actually boxes, but in my version of the story it's hearts, because you're not afraid to express your true feelings about prime numbers. You can probably do this instantly, but it's going to take me a little longer. I'm all like, does 27 have factors besides 1 in itself? Oh yeah, it's 3 times 9, not prime. What about 29? Pretty sure it's prime. But as a number theorist, you'll be shocked to know it takes me a moment to figure these things out. But even though you've got your primes memorized up to at least 1,000, that doesn't change that primes, in general, are difficult to find. I mean, if I asked you to find me the highest even number, you'd be like, that's silly. Give me the even number you think is the highest, and I'll just add 2 to it. Bam! But guess what the highest prime number we know is? 2 to the power of 43,112,609 minus 1. Just to give you an idea of what a big deal prime numbers are, the guy who found this one won a $100,000 prize for it. I mean, we sent our largest known prime number into space because scientists think aliens will recognize it as something important, not just some arbitrary number, so they'll be able to figure out our alien space message. So if you ever think you don't care about prime numbers because they're not useful, remember that we use prime numbers to talk to aliens. I'm not even making this up. It makes sense because mathematics is probably one of the only things all life has in common. Anyway, the point is that you started doodling this because you were bored, but ended up discovering some neat patterns. See how the primes tend to line up on the diagonals? Why do they do that? Also, this sort of skeletal structure reminds me of bones, so let's call these diagonal runs of primes prime ribs. But how do you predict when a prime rib will end? I mean, maybe this next number is prime, but my head is too fuzzy for this right now, so you tell me. Anyway, congratulations. You've discovered the Ulam spiral. So that's a bit of mathematical doodling history for you. You can stop being Ulam now, or you could continue. Maybe you like being Ulam. That's fine.